Hello everybody, my name's Gale, and even though I'm incredibly late for it, and even though I have probably the worst quality setup to do anything live action, I still want to give my quick thoughts on Detective Pikachu. I'm just gonna give a 5-minute review of the movie because honestly, I think if you're gonna see it, you're gonna have your own opinion on it, and if you kinda are gauging whether or not you want to see it, then 5 minutes will give you enough information for you to make that decision. So I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to give you my 5-minute Detective Pikachu review. Starting now. Detective Pikachu is a fun movie, it's definitely a family movie, and it's definitely a Pokemon movie. And what I mean by that is it's a movie that is built for Pokemon fans and for family of Pokemon fans. It's the kind of movie where it doesn't give you too much exposition on the world, so it's not a let's explain the entire universe to you in one movie, but it does give some explanation more in the context of a Pokemon world to be like, we're not going to do Pokemon battles like trainer battles as we know them in this film. We're not going to do, Pokemon in the Pokeballs in this film, and we're not going to keep them hidden from sight, which works out pretty well in the movie's favor because since it doesn't follow the usual structure of a Pokemon game, it has more freedom to be more of a movie that builds a universe, kind of like how the first Star Wars, first Lord of the Rings movies, they build the universe first, and then they get into the nitty-gritty of why things work or don't work in this universe. So this definitely is a great opening to a world where if you're a Pokemon fan, you get it. You already know the rules, and this just helps you clarify which ones are we keeping to in this film, and which ones are we kind of leaving out and being more like, okay, we'll save that for later, that's too deep. For people who are just barely, aware of Pokemon, it's enough to get you in there, and again, they don't do the deep, complicated stuff in Pokemon, like there's no Pokemon breeding, there's no, EV and IV training or anything like that. So it definitely is a lot easier for them to get into it and just have fun with this new and colorful and wonderful world that they've put forth. And for kids, it's really easy to understand. Everything is put in, not in like really bad, like easy language. It's not definitely a childish film, but it's easy to get into, easy to just let yourself get absorbed into it and not worry about all the complexities of the Pokemon universe. Getting to the actual story plot, it's kind of a generic plot, but it's really fun because of the Pokemon. It's kind of one of those, let's do a buddy cop detective story, except if your buddy was your pet cat or your pet dog. It's not anything super deep, but it's definitely something that's super fun, and they do a lot with the premise. It's one of those where, the story, basic. Everything else, they really amp it up. The world, colorful, wonderful, full of Pokemon. There was hardly I don't think there was really a scene. I think very few scenes that did not include a Pokemon somewhere in them. Hardly a person who did not have a Pokemon next to them, doing something with them, interacting with a Pokemon, which was great. The world felt really full, and that was really the biggest thing I think most Pokemon fans really wanted, is to see this world that's full of Pokemon that are doing everyday things, normal things, and it's not just, we use them in this one CGI battle and then that's it, we focus on the human characters. In fact, the Pokemon characters steal the show. Every Pokemon character is the best character. Pikachu's best character, Jigglypuff's best character, Psyduck's best character, Mewtwo, best character. All of them are fantastic. I love them all. Every scene a Pokemon was in was great. The human actors, also great. Justice Smith, great. Catherine was great. Ryan Reynolds, fantastic as Pikachu. I personally didn't get annoyed with him. I can see how that could happen, but yeah, I personally was like, that's great. I love it. It was fun. No out of pop culture humor. Everything was in the Pokemon universe. Lots of anime references, lots of video game references, but not too far to where it's just like they say something and then there's like a pause afterwards, like, if you got it, you got it. Hey, we're friends. Everything was beautifully paced and proportioned out so that if you're a Pokemon fan, you're gonna get what you want, and if you're a casual, you're not gonna just suddenly be lost in the shuffle. You're going to understand the basics of it, you're going to be enveloped in this world, and you're just gonna have a whole lot of fun. So that's my Detective Pikachu review. I hope you go see it because I really loved it. As you can see, I'm a giant Pokemon fan. It's been a part of my childhood since forever, since my oldest memories. So this was a great movie for me. It was a great movie for my fiance, who was just a casual Pokemon fan. And you know, from the response on Twitter and other YouTuber videos, it seems like a lot of people have seen this movie and kind of just had that childhood moment of wonder. And I think that applies to a lot of people. So with that being said, that's my Detective Pikachu review. Go see it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye!